Have you ever asked yourself, why does it hurt so much? Why is there this tightness in your chest, even when everything on the outside seems fine? Why do you feel like something's off, even if no one else notices? Maybe you've already tried everything: meditation, self-help advice, pretending you're okay just to make it through the day. And still the pain lingers, not loud, not dramatic, just there, like a shadow that follows you everywhere, quiet, constant, heavy. I'm going to tell you something you might not have heard before. At least not this, honestly. Most of your pain doesn't come from the outside world. It doesn't come from your job, your partner, your past, or your circumstances. It comes from within, from the part of you that you've been running from, the part of you that you've abandoned. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, once said, "What you do not bring to consciousness will return as fate." And that's exactly what's happening. Life keeps showing you signs, but you don't want to see them, so you keep moving. You hide behind distractions, scrolling, shopping, staying busy. You numb yourself with work and relationships, substances, or fake positivity. You keep telling yourself it'll pass, but it never really does it? That's because the pain is not here to be ignored. It's here to be understood. This message isn't just another feel-good, motivational speech. I'm not here to toss out quick-fix affirmations or sugar-coated advice. I'm here to challenge you, to provoke a part of you that's been silent for too long, to ask you to face what you've buried, even from yourself. So just give me a few minutes, that's all. And in return, I'll offer you something that could change the way you see your pain, your past, and yourself. Because maybe right now, you're at rock bottom. Maybe you're putting on a smile while quietly falling apart. Maybe you've just gotten used to carrying pain like it's part of who you are. Whatever your story, here's a hard truth. The suffering hasn't stopped because you haven't faced its source. Carl Jung spent his life mapping out what most people are too afraid to even think about: the shadow side of the human soul. He believed that true healing doesn't begin until you're willing to enter your own darkness, because only there, in that silence, can you find light that's real. So if you're still with me, I promise you this: you won't finish this journey as the same person who started it, because what you're about to discover might just change everything. Let's begin. You probably believe that your suffering comes from things outside your control: your toxic boss, a broken relationship, financial stress, social pressure. And yes, all of that can weigh heavily on your heart. But the truth, the one you've been avoiding, is this: the deepest kind of suffering comes when you are disconnected from your true self. Jung said that the greatest tragedy is to live a life that isn't truly yours. And that's exactly what so many people are doing without even realizing it. From the moment we're born, we're trained to fit in, to be polite, to behave, to follow rules, to play it safe. And slowly, bit by bit, you stop being you. You become what the world wants you to be. You silence your desires to avoid judgment. You suppress your anger so you won't cause trouble. You fake happiness so you can be accepted. You ignore your sadness because there's no time to feel it. And eventually, you look in the mirror and don't recognize the person staring back. You've gotten so good at playing your role that you've forgotten who you were before the mask. But your soul never forgets. It feels the lie, and it starts to cry out. Through anxiety, insomnia, numbness, restlessness. Your emotional pain is not weakness, it's a signal, an alarm going off, telling you something's wrong. And what hurts the most isn't failure. It's the expectations you built around who you were supposed to be. It's not being alone that wounds you. It's the emptiness of not knowing who you are when you are alone. It's not the world that's hurting you. It's the moments you abandon yourself to protect an image. As long as that disconnect remains, the suffering will continue. Because you're trying to treat symptoms on the outside, while the real wound lives within. But here's the turning point. This pain you're feeling, it's not a punishment, it's a message. Jung believed that pain is the first step toward transformation. It's not here to break you, it's here to lead you home. And that journey home begins not with running, but with listening. Listening to the parts of yourself you've silenced. Listening to what you've buried, what you've pushed down, what you've tried to forget. And that brings us to the most important and most feared part of your inner world: the shadow. In the next section, we're going to explore this part of your psyche. It's the side of you that holds the keys to your freedom and your healing. But first, you have to stop fearing it and start facing it. You want to stop suffering, but you're still fighting the symptoms, not the root. You're battling anxiety, guilt, anger, sadness, as if these feelings are your enemies, as if they're problems to be erased or flaws to be corrected. But here's the thing, these emotions aren't the enemy. They're messengers. What you're really fighting is the part of you you've spent your whole life avoiding. The hidden side, the unspoken truth. The version of you you've tried to bury because you were taught it was too much, too dark, too unacceptable. Carl Jung called this part of the psyche the shadow. And here's what you need to understand. Everyone has one. Yes, even you. The shadow is made up of everything you've repressed, denied, or refused to look at. Your hidden desires, your suppressed rage, your unspoken envy, your silent fears, the truth behind your people-pleasing, the ambition you mask as humility, the vulnerability you dress up as strength. These parts didn't vanish. They were just shoved into the dark corners of your mind. And the more you ignore them, the more they control you. Think about the moments you've sabotaged something good. That job opportunity you turned down for no logical reason. The healthy relationship you walked away from because it felt too calm. The emotional reaction you couldn't explain, even to yourself. That wasn't random. That was the shadow speaking. Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. So maybe what you think is bad luck isn't. Maybe the repeated heartbreak, the constant anxiety, the self-sabotage, it's not misfortune. It's your own shadow pulling the strings, because you've left it unchecked for too long. And here's the hard part. Facing your shadow requires brutal honesty. It means admitting things you've worked hard to deny. It means looking at yourself and saying, yes, I have anger. Yes, I have fear. Yes, I have pain, and it's mine. You can't heal what you won't face. You can't transform what you refuse to own. But here's the shift. The shadow is not your enemy. It's not some evil twin or force working against you. It's a part of your soul that's been cast out. And like any part that's been rejected, it just wants to be seen, to be heard, to be integrated. Jung didn't believe in getting rid of the shadow. He believed in embracing it, turning that suppressed energy into self-awareness, creativity, power, and truth. Because what you reject weakens you. But what you integrate, that's what sets you free. So what do you do now? Now that the shadow is no longer some abstract concept, but a real living part of you, what happens next? The answer is this: you begin the work. You step onto the path that Jung called individuation, the lifelong process of becoming whole. And make no mistake, it's not easy. It's not a quick fix. It's not a weekend retreat or a checklist you complete. It's raw, it's uncomfortable. It's walking through the fire of your own past, your own patterns, with your eyes wide open. To truly heal, you must step into your own unconscious. You must stop being a stranger to yourself. But how do you begin? Start small. Start by noticing that sinking feeling in your stomach when you're with someone who drains you. That's not just nerves. That's your body trying to speak. That chest tightness when you say yes, but mean no. That's your truth knocking. That emotional fatigue after putting on a happy face all day. That's the cost of self-abandonment. The unconscious isn't trying to punish you. It's trying to wake you up. You just have to listen. Here's how. 1. Journal with radical honesty. Write what you're afraid to admit. What you feel ashamed to feel. What you would never say out loud. Let the silence break. Words release power when you stop hiding them. 2. Study your emotional triggers. Every reaction has a root. Every overreaction is an opportunity. Track the patterns. What keeps repeating in your relationships, your decisions, your fears. 3. Seek reflection. Whether it's with a trained therapist or a trusted self-aware guide, find someone who can help you interpret what your unconscious is showing you. You don't have to do this alone, but you do have to show up honestly. Jung believed the unconscious is not a dumping ground, but a living intelligence. It's a guide, a teacher. It's trying to show you something, not destroy you. And here's the golden rule. You can't heal if you keep running. As long as you avoid pain, it will chase you. But the moment you stop, face it and say, I'm ready, something shifts. The pain begins to transform. And you realize the thing you feared most, your suffering, was actually a doorway. a portal to the deepest kind of healing. Let me leave you with this truth. Pain isn't here to break you. It's here to guide you. Every time your world cracked, it was showing you something that needed to be rebuilt. Every emotional collapse you've survived wasn't the end. It was the start of something real. Pain forces you to stop pretending. It strips away the roles you've played. It burns down the false identity you built for acceptance. And in its ashes, you find yourself. This isn't a one-time realization. It's a choice you must make every day. To face what hurts. To listen to what you've silenced. To feel what you've feared. Because once you do, you stop being a victim of your past. And you start becoming the creator of your life. And that's what we'll explore in the next part. What it means to live from a place of wholeness. What it looks like when you're no longer at war with yourself. And how your healing can ripple out into the world. But for now, ask yourself, what part of your shadow have you been avoiding? What truth have you been afraid to say out loud? Comment below, not for validation, but as a declaration. Because when you write it, you claim it. And when you claim it,